All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, want to give all the praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High and His only begotten Son. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who root and teach well. Wa Barakathum, to the hopeful elect. All right, now today through the Spirit, I'm going to go into a video entitled The Brotherhood. I'm just going to put a name in Brotherhood, and the fellow believers in Yahweh Yahweh Shai, which ultimately the true believers make up the house of David, are very powerful men and powerful together at that. The Lord have made us from the beginning. I brought this out to be of that number to have special gifts and abilities that correlate with other particular brother spirits. To ultimately work towards this building of this spiritual temple, which is the Lord's people. All right, and together we're very powerful, and also it's very significant to each and everybody's walk. The brotherhood, right? And I want to start here. This is Proverbs 17:17. It says, "A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity." Man, you see. So Yahweh Shai has set us up to where we're brought amongst men who have went through the various experiences that we will go through. They've already lived it out, like our elders and apostles, our elders of the camps. Right, and that's a blessed position to have men like that. And also, that word love isn't just like, oh yeah, being nice, doing all that cool stuff. No, love is also, check this out right here. Love is holding somebody accountable, letting them know when they go off. So even blessed to have men around us that will always hold us accountable and let us know when we're going left, going the wrong way. Because when you take accountability, you can get better and improve your life, because you're examining things that you can do better, right? And you got men that are aiding you in that process, right? This is Leviticus 19 and 20 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. That means in your mind, right? It says, thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin to be upon him. We've been blessed to be amongst men that are doing that, that are content, that will let you know if you go off, man. That won't allow you to destroy yourself. You see, let's get that word hate real quick. All right. Let's see here. Hate. All right. Shana. All right. It says right here, Strong's H8130. It says to hate, to be of hating, enemy. Right. To hate, odious. Let's go right here, Strong. See what we got here. All right. Let's see. Let me come down here and see if there's anything I want out of this one. Let's see. Let me see. All right. So ultimately, yep. I ain't see nothing that I wanted to hear. So yeah, Shana means like ultimately just to hate. You see, to be malice. Because if you know your brother's going off and you're not telling them, that's basically being malicious, malice. All right. So we're around men who don't have that attribute of being malicious. They have the attribute of showing love and charity, right? And that's a blessing. That's something to take serious, right? This is Proverbs 18 and verse 24. A man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer to a brother. You see? So as the real friend has to, stick around through thick and thin, and that's what the body will do. You see, because we're all gathered for that same purpose, that same goal. And the Lord ultimately made us to be able to relate to each other because of our experiences. How do you prove that? Let's go to 1 Peter the 5th chapter. Our experiences make us relatable to each other, and we're all fighting for that same goal, that same purpose. Let me see here if I can find. There it is. 1 Peter 5 and 9. Whom resist steadfast in the faith. That means to endure, knowing that the same afflictions that are accomplished in your brethren, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. So we're all going through the same type of sufferings, having to forsake various things, that mental battle that Satan is doing amongst us, because Satan is trying to attack the men that's actually true believers in the truth. You see, because the ones that are outside of the truth, or somebody that's not really that don't really believe, Satan already got them. So he's trying to attack the believers. You see, and ultimately, if we endure and be steadfast, then we grow from the Satan's attacks that he does on us by putting infirmities on us, putting wicked, evil thoughts in our minds. Whenever we get through those battles, we get increased through that, man. You see? And it also said right here, there's a friend that stick it closer than a brother. Like, you have a lot of brothers have different blood family members that is, that was demons towards them. Some of the most wicked motherfuckers, like certain brothers have some wicked ass siblings. You see? But when you come amongst the body, you get your true family. That's why Yahweh Shah stated that. He said, my friend is him that doeth the will of my Father, man. Our true family is the brotherhood, right? And since they believe and fear Yahweh Shai, it leads to them being charitable and looking at the next man as being Yahweh Shai. And you're only going to get that when you inside this truth. That's why I want to get this right here. This is Ecclesiastes on Sirach, chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. So that means you gotta see if he sticks around. Everybody will be a friend whenever everything's going good, but when stuff starts going bad, people turn on you. When they can't get no use out of you, when you're not useful for them to benefit. Right? Verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion and will not abide in a day of trouble. When you get caught in hell, they'll leave your ass, man. You see? What examples come to mind is I grew up, in certain rugged areas. I done seen guys that was with their friends and then they let their homeboy get beat up. And I've seen some guys get beat up with their friend. They helped them fight and they got beat up with their homie. I've heard stories. I've seen that. You see, so that's the difference between a real friend or a friend that's just a friend for his own occasion. Or a dude might have a situation, where you ain't got nowhere place to stay, and a brother will be there or come through and help out. That's the power of the brotherhood, man. Ain't no regular person in the world gonna come through in those moments. And if it does happen, it's rare, because that's the world we live in. People don't have real friends, but we have it inside this truth. All right, it says, verse 9, and there is a friend who, being turned into enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach. Right? So that some people are looking for your downfall, or they trying to one up you. You see? Verse 10, it says, again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. When you catch in hell, they gone. They can't benefit off of you. They leave. They leave you high and dry. And that's what happens to a lot of, we ain't speaking about women in this video, but that's what women do. And when shit gets hard and stuff gets uncomfortable, women just leave. And I have a woman, but I don't put in my mind that she won't leave. I know she will. Especially the times we're coming into. If we got to walk away from our lives, then our women more than likely ain't gonna stay rock with us, man. If you're, and this is just a good way to put you in the right mindset. If you dealing with a woman and you ain't told her about the truth, and if she has a problem with wearing a dress and head coverings and stuff like that, what in the hell makes you think she's gonna be on the side of the road with you if you got to walk away from your job and leave the stuff of this world? You might as well forget about it, man. You see? Well, let's go back to the point of the video. This is verse 11, Sirach 6 and 11. But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. He'll be with you. Oh, he benefiting. Oh, he making me money. Oh yeah, I'm getting a lot of females hanging around this dude, or whatever the case may be, man. Oh, this motherfucker always can help me. There's some shit like that trying to take advantage of you. That's basically what it is. It says verse 12, if thou be brought low, he will be against thee and will hide himself from thy face. You need help. He need help. He already, but when you need help, he gone. That's how these niggas in the world operate, man. That's how these people outside of the spirit of Yahweh Shah operate, man. Right? There's no reciprocation in relationships, but we have the ultimate level of reciprocation with men in this truth. We show charity towards one another. This is verse 13. Separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friends, right? You got to take heed, man. Because a lot of people ain't really your homie. They just trying to play cool with you so they can get a benefit or get something out of you, use you. But that's not the case when it comes to the men of the Lord. And if it is the case, somebody is being malicious, the Lord will get your ass out of there, man. You see? And anybody that's that mindset, Shalak Rayim or Mashapatim wa Ragim. To anybody that's in that wicked ass mindset trying to take advantage of their brothers, man. You see, and that's curses. This is verse Sirach chapter 6 and verse 14. It says, a faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such in one hath found treasure. It's nothing that can measure to having somebody that's really genuinely down for you. And that's what we got amongst his body, because really we were together from the beginning, man. This is verse 15. It says, nothing doth countervail a faithful friend, and his excellency is unvaluable. It's not no value you can put to being placed amongst men who your spirits just connect with, who willing to lay down their life for you. You see? Who have nothing but pure intentions towards you. You're only going to get that by men in the truth who are going to hold you accountable. You see? So speaking of myself first and foremost, this is a blessing to have the brotherhood, man. Verse 15 says, nothing doth Verse 16, a faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear Yahweh shall find him, those that are obedient to the Lord. The true believers are going to come across the body. You see, whether that be via you listening on the side until you get into the camp, or you be on a comment board, you whatever particular region you in, you get in with those brothers. However it is, you got to get amongst the brothers, man. You see? And there was a time period where our elders and apostles, our elder apostle Tahari basically made the statement that everybody that's offshoots check in with the real camp, so you can be joined together. But a lot of guys, they didn't want to do it because guess what? It's about them glorifying themselves or doing their own will. They don't want to come up under the yoke and then be humble, have that humility, and come in that lower position. They want to keep the position or whatever they built up. Say like, no, we don't want to check in or be amongst the brethren. Well, that's an evil ass mindset, man. You see? Let's go to verse 17. It says, whoso feareth Yahweh shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. You gonna treat your neighbor how you want to be treated. You see? In the fear of Yahweh, right? And what precept goes with that? Let's go to this Romans 13. Right? It says Romans 13 and 8. Owe no man anything but to love one another. For he that loveth one another hath fulfilled the law. You see? The way you live your lifestyle and the way you conduct yourself, you consider your brother. You consider the body, the brethren. You live your life ultimately serving the brethren. That's a part of why we sacrifice. That's why we go to the camp. That's why brothers hold. That's why a lot of brothers, they put themselves in a solitary mode. Or they might not do certain things. They show temperance because that's what it's for. Yahweh Shai is for the body. Brothers are doing that as love for the body. A brother might not be able to drink because he might not be fruitful in the ministry if he drink too much. He might have to let go of a particular job because it's taking too much of his time, or whatever the case may be. But these are all sacrifices being made for the body, which is love, man. This verse Romans 13 and 9. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, right? And neighbor is those of the same fold, right? Which ultimately, really, when you transition that to now, your neighbor will ultimately be your fellow believers. You see, the fellow believers that are Israelites, right? Because only an Israelite can believe, but your fellow believers of the Israelites, man. That's who your neighbor will be. You see, because the nigga that's outside the truth, you can't keep the law with somebody that's not keeping the laws themselves. So somebody that's outside of the truth, you can't tell them, oh yeah, I'm going to camp. You tell your boss your job, I'm going to camp. Your boss might be Israelite. Your coworker, oh, I can't make it, so it's the Passover, so I ain't eating this or whatever, all that stuff. Nah, man. But amongst the men that are fellow believers, and obviously you still, you do right. Obviously you ain't finna do no sins because somebody's outside the truth, but it mainly applies to how you treat your fellow believers and your brothers. And obviously we conduct ourselves like that on our everyday lives. But the point I'm going into is, it's mainly when it's talking about like loving your neighbor as thyself, it's mainly speaking about the fellow believers, right? It says verse 10, love working no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law, right? So that's what it means by he will direct his friendship aright. He that fears the Lord, because you're gonna move in that manner. You're not gonna commit adultery with your brother's woman. You're gonna show charity towards him, you gonna have care for your brother and for the body. And that'll show in your conduct. That'll show in your works what you're doing. Right? Now let's get these last two. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 4, and I want to start at verse 9. And it says, two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor, man. You see? So when there's multiple men that are working together, they can help each other out. You see? Especially if one of them can show the other one how to be on his level. So it's multiple. It's basically like you have multiple U's. That's when you're looking at it in a workforce perspective. But really, it's always more. The more, the better. Verse 10, it says, for if they fall, they will lift the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. And that fall could be spiritual, for spiritual falls, physical, like basically somebody gets sick, and they usually around straight unhealthy people that don't know how to take care of themselves. But when you're in a body, the brethren, there's brothers that specialize in herbs and stuff, teaching how to, make the teas, telling you the right direction to go. And even just you might need to be rebuked. You might have to be told to chill out. You might be eating the wrong stuff, but a true brother will tell you that, and he'll help you up in your fall. Or you'll get exhortation. That means to be inspired or instructed. Verse 11, it says, again, if two lie together and they have heat. Wait. It says, again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? Right? You can help the other person out. Verse 11, again, if two lie together, verse 12. And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and threefold cord will not be quickly broken. Right? And that's talking about, one good example that comes to mind is 300. How they formulated that unit and they was able to block those arrows. You see? Because whenever multiple men come together and they on that same purpose, and they're all fully on the same mind, and they all fully invested in something, it's gonna be hard to stop them, man. If they all in their mindset, they're fully invested in what they're doing, and they all on the same accord. One good example is how a lot of these NFL and NBA teams, when everybody on the team is locked in, that's going to be hard to stop that team, man. When everybody's fully locked in and whatever duty or job they have, it's going to be hard. You see? And that's how it is amongst the brethren, the body. You see? And that's why it's so powerful. You see? Because our elder Ariella goes into it all the time, the elder of my camp and the Dallas camp. He speaks about how, we're blessed. We good. Somebody trying to roll up on us, we're good, man. You see? Like, we're basically brothers. We're in a position where, people will think twice before they try and fuck with us, man. Because we're a strong unit. And I brought this all men be of that number. The sincere, guess what? That's the house of David, man. And the house of David was some mighty men. All together on the same purpose and accord. Of, subjecting those nations. And making it to where Israel, ultimately what will happen is Solomon will build the temple of Yahweh Shai, and then Israel will reign 40 years in peace. Them other nations were subjected under King David's rulership. But that's because guess what? The Lord was with him. And he was with all the men that was following King David in those wars in Ziklag. You go to all those different 2 Samuel, I believe it's 2 Samuel the 8th chapter. It goes into all those, how he subjected all the nations, man. There was men with King David when he was doing all those things, man. The Lord was with all of them. So it's power in the body, especially with men that the Lord is with. So we gotta understand how significant the brotherhood is, man. This is Matthew 18, and I want to get this last one in verse 19 and 20. Again, I say unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. The scripture say the prayer of the righteous availeth much. So that's going to only come through what? You being around the men of the Lord. That's what the Lord looks at as righteous. Those who believe on Yahweh Shai sincerely, and they'll be obedient unto the Lord, man. You see? Doing what the Lord said. So there's power in the body. Verse 20, for where two or three are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them. Yahweh Shai's spirit is dwelling there. So there's power in that, man. So we got to see that power. There's power in the brotherhood. That's what I'm going to name the video. There's power in the brotherhood, man. But anyways, I brought the Zah. This lesson edified. I like to end it all by saying, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone, who rule and teach well. So next time, call my Shalom.